So there were 18 players scheduled for arbitration hearings from any time from today that this episode drops through February the 16th. So these players are they call it going into the room. The players are gonna go with their agent, and the team they're gonna sit on both sides of the table. And apparently, like David Sampson talks sometimes about how he and players used to get in trouble because they'd be sitting texting across the table from each other, giggling at their text messages, like, "Put your phone down. This is serious."
with the 3-panel sort of arbiters in there trying to be the third-party mediators. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So they're going to go into the room and they're going to present their cases, and then the arbitrators will say, tap, tap, tap of the gavel. We rule in favor of the player, or we rule in favor of the team. Like we said before, there's no compromise. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
So here are some notables. We have 5 guys who are up for arbitration. They'll be going in, or are going into arbitration with their teams. Vlad Guerrero Jr. will be going with the Blue Jays. He's asking for $19.9 million. They're offering $18.05 million. That's a pretty big gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
That's a big spread. Jonathan India with the Reds is going in. He's asking $4 million. They offered him 3.2. Now it's funny because $0.8 million is not like a grand scheme, right? Like as far as these amounts go, not a bunch of money. Because I think if Vlad and the Blue Jays were 0.8 apart, they probably would have figured it out.
Yeah, they're like, whatever.
Right. But because he's only asking for $4 million, they're like, but 3.2, that's considerably less. Right. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if India gets his $4 million.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be either. And that honestly, that's where I hope happens with Jonathan.
He should, yeah. Luis Arias is asking for $12 million. The Marlins offered him $10.6 million. I'm surprised they're not going to give it to him.
The only reason this is happening is because it's Miami. That's the only reason.
It's gotta be.
Any other team, well, except maybe Tampa. Any other team would be like, yes, you could have whatever you ask for.
Right. And this next one is even worse, Brig. Jazz Chisholm with the Marlins. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is asking $2.9 million. The Marlins offer him 2.6, and they can't agree. They're 0.3 apart. What are you doing, fellas?
It's $300,000. It's like, come on, man. Give me a couple of hot dogs and let me wear my fun cleats. That's all I need.
No kidding. Man.
So unreal. Bad. This just makes Miami look even worse. It makes you wonder what's going on culturally. I don't know. And with all the front office shifting that's been going on, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. And if you're poisoning the water hole with 2 of your most marketable players, that's not good.
Your 2 best players. Let's just say it. Your 2 best players.
Correct. But they're selling merch and they're putting butts in seats and they're getting eyeballs on TV. Those are the guys that are doing it, right? So from a marketing perspective, that's all they care about in this negotiation. And these are your 2 most marketable players.
What's that? That's 1.7 million between the 2 of them.
It's 1 stupid million is what it is.
You're right. Yep. And this one is kind of funny too. Alec Boehm and the Phillies. Boehm is asking $4 million, and the Phillies offered him $3.4 million. Come on now.
That really $4 million good for sure.
Yeah.
And
I think he's coming in a little low. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
He was trying to avoid arbitration.
I think he was. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was like, he's like, I'm doing y'all a favor and y'all undercut me. Are you kidding me, dude?
Seriously. It is unreal.
Man, what is Philly thinking?
Well, and the amount of love that the fan base has for him is worth $0.6 million. It's worth $600,000 too.
100%.
I'm sure that the fans would like line up and take donations, right? Like if the team was like, we really want to avoid arbitration, but we're capping a 3.4. Can the fans make up the difference? 600,000 people come and put $1 in front of Citizen Bank.
That's right.
To maintain the relationship with Alex Boehm. I guarantee you.
I totally agree. So there are 18 players that are scheduled for arbitration. It's kind of a big, intense list. But that'll happen from today when the episode's live all the way to February 16th. These are just some of the highlights that we noticed. So crazy.